guilty of that too. But time blocking, scheduling your time, making sure you put in your hours is very, very important. Aaron, I have a question for you. Name the top 2 changes that you've made in the last year that you feel have made a difference in your business, and maybe talk about some of those changes or tools that you've used.
Okay, first one for me is joining the pod program. And that was kind of a big leap of faith because that $500 a month price tag was a little scary, and I chose to do that last year, just about a year ago, and mostly because I felt like I was running out of time. You could only do so much with so much time, and I felt like I was kind of limiting myself with regard to the amount of business I could do. So my goal was, if I join this program and it helps me even just break even from the standpoint that I do a couple more transactions, and I believed I would do more, but minimally do 2 more, have a more harmonious life. My family's tremendously supportive, probably too supportive because they enable me to probably work too much, but I thought that's going to be really good. That has been phenomenal just because...
Has it freed you up?
Yeah, it really has. It really has.
How many hours a week do you think you work?
Ooh, probably up at 60 on an average.
Could you work less and make the same money?
Pardon?
Could you work less and make the same money?
I could. Yeah, I could. And actually, that's kind of my goal. Actually, the pod...
So that's one of your goals?
Yeah, exceeded my expectations for the year, and I'm looking forward to what it's going to do for me this year. So that's really awesome.
Good.
The second thing was just the ninja training. I kind of come from the Buffini background, and I really like that system, the business by referral. That's really my comfort zone. Ninja is very compatible with what I learned in Buffini, and the one piece Ninja gave me was the whole get the numbers, a lot of information that I can share with my clients that has allowed me to really capture listings at the right price and sell more quickly, identify for people. It's all about empowering people with information to make good choices. Hopefully that results in a sale for me or a listing, but if it doesn't make sense to even take that client on, so I'm working much more effectively, and the information I received from Ninja has been tremendously helpful. So again, a lot of the stuff Michael shared, good numbers and all. So those
Great.
Great.
Great. Dawn, you're a new agent. How long in the business?
This month will be 2 years.
2 years. How are you getting new business?
My business is strictly straight from my sphere. A lot of referrals from past clients, and then the one thing that I do is the lead group. So I sign up every month and make sure I'm on that calendar, and I've been getting a lot of leads through that as well.
And that lead group is through WPP?
It is through WPP.
Thanks, Jeff.
No problem. I thought you'd like that.
How much is that?
Oh, that's
free.
great. That's
It takes 5 minutes of my time.
great. What are 2 of your priorities while I have you? What are 2 of your priorities for 2012?
2 of my priorities for 2012 really is my time blocking and my weekly schedule. My life just doesn't allow me to stick with a monthly plan. It's a lot easier for me to really just put it down on paper weekly and really stick to that is one of my big priorities. And then my other is my internet. I need a bigger internet presence, and that's something that I really want to work on as my marketing aspect of my business.
Great. Thank you. Corey, what is your biggest challenge, and what are you doing to overcome that challenge in real estate?
Yeah.
Just kidding.
One of my things I want to learn how to read this year.
It's exciting.
Focus on that. Right now, at the moment, I feel like there's a phenomenal amount of interest in people that are, looking around, whether it's an internet lead or someone you're chatting with, whatever it may be. I feel like there's an incredible amount of flaky leads out there at the moment, and I've been talking to other agents that I respect, and I see that they're producing a lot, and it's kind of weird how the market will kind of flow, and you'll chat with people that you look up to, and then it's always encouraging to hear that they're going through something somewhat similar. So for me, the challenge currently is how I can go about connecting with them and sorting through them and not wasting too much of your time, but really being efficient with it.
How are you finding leads?
I would say that my sphere has always been huge. Relationships and all that has always been number one by far, but lately I've been changing it to my internet presence. I've invested a lot of money in the last year on Zillow ads, and then also tapping into the lead group, doing floor, things like that. So really, I looked at what I did, and I kind of felt like I, tapped as much as I could, and looked around at what fits me.
Great. Joyce, I'm going to give you the fun one. What is your biggest thrill in the real estate business?
Oh my gosh.
What keeps you here? What motivates you? What's the biggest thrill that you have in real estate? Because I know for me, it's hard to stay focused. It's hard to keep going every day. You talk to 10 people and only 3 can actually do something. What keeps you going?
I love the buyers. I love working with buyers. I like looking at houses with them. I like learning about what their needs are and sorting through what they really need and want versus what they think they need and want. And when you close the escrow and give them the keys, I'm always there to give them the keys, to celebrate their success in finding the right house. And it's really thrilling when you've been working with someone for a while and you see a listing come on and you send it to them and go, I think we really need to look at this. And they walk in and buy it the first day that it's on the market because it's exactly the right house. And building relationships. I mean, I love the follow-up. I get all my, not all of them, but a great deal of my leads through open houses. And I follow up, follow up, follow up. Follow up, follow up, follow up. Follow up, follow up, follow up. And it builds these relationships that you just have for a lifetime. So, I mean, Saturday night I went out to birthday dinner with one of my very first listings who I met door knocking, doing one of Michael's open houses, and I got the listing and I was so thrilled. She and I are really close friends and we celebrate our birthdays every year together. I mean, you can't put a price tag on some of that.
Yeah. Those of you that don't work in the 19th Street office, I often come into the office and Joyce is in her car for another half an hour talking on the phone. So she'll sit out in the car while it's running, just chit-chatting away. So that's
why he tells me I can't talk to him.
That's all right. That's right. I'm going to open it up to the rest of the group. And again, if you guys have any questions of panel members, actually, I'm going to do that up here. Maybe if... Yes, Steve? Steve would like to add something?
I'm going to add something. One of the things I see in this room, sorry, you all right? You okay? You got your hair all looked back. So one of the things I know in this room is that a lot of people, you ask a question, how much do you work or how many hours do you put in? I know a lot of the people that are successful in this room don't work. And I don't feel like I've worked a day since I became a real estate agent because it's my lifestyle, it's not my job, it's not my career, it's who I am and it's what I do. So am I working at 12:30 when I'm with 3 of my friends at the Mariner game this summer? Probably, because I'm probably doing some deals for them in the future. And I think a lot of you are very successful that same way. So I think if you stop looking at it as work and start looking at it as a lifestyle, you can be very successful in this business.
That's a good point. One of the things that we've always talked about is internalizing your scripts. This is where you can internalize your job, and you become a real estate agent. You become the smartest guy in the room when you're talking about real estate, and it's really powerful. Does anybody have any questions for the panel members? Anybody have a burning question about the first 3 years in real estate for Dawn? Yes, Marguerite.
I'd love to know if anybody wants to volunteer anything that was the biggest waste of time this year. Don't do this.
Marguerite's question is, what was the biggest waste of time and ate up time in your day? Joyce?
Get a buyer agency agreement. Take them out, show it a couple of times, but then bring them into the office and sit down and get a buyer's agency agreement so that you don't spend time showing them 20 houses and have them go somewhere else to buy it. Protect your interest because this is your business. And yes, it's fun, and yes, we enjoy it, but we need to get paid for doing our job.
Great, thank you. Anybody else?
Jeff, I'll say something on that one too. For me, the biggest waste of time every year is because I track my numbers every year by month and quarter and by how the lead came to me, is I can always look back on a quarter that was really not performing. And I can always say, you know what, there was those 1 or 2 people I got involved with that I was smart enough at this point in my career, I should have cut loose. And You can't always do that in the beginning because your checks are very precious, but when you're in the business long enough and you have those people sucking the life out of you, cut them loose.
It's a hard thing to do though, because you've been with them for months and weeks and hundreds of homes and in the car and out of the car. You become one of the family. And that's the last thing you want to do is become one of their family, where they just like to hang out with you on Saturday mornings from 9 to noon. So, good advice, Mike.
I have something to add to that. And this started early on when I got started. I have a 3 strikes you're out rule with buyers. And people think that sounds harsh, but I actually tell them that when I meet with them the first time. I'm like, I'm going to show you 8 to 10 houses. You're going to critique those for me. At that point, if I show you 3 houses that I think you should buy, now obviously you're going to show them things that you think are a long shot or things like that. But if you show them 3 houses that you think they should ride on and they don't ride, they're not going to buy, or you don't know what they want. So that's a problem. So I tell people that, and it's interesting that it helps structure the way I think about buyers, because buyers can burn you out big time. They're calling you, oh my God, I saw something that came on the computer today. What about that? It's like, I didn't send it to you because it's next to a gas station, but if you'd like for me to show it to you, I can.
Great. By a show of hands, how many of you on the panel are using WPP tools or program systems? Okay, great. All right, does anybody else have any burning questions that you'd like to ask the panel?
Jeff?
Yes, Joyce. Would anybody on the panel like to say their last words?
Anyway, I want to encourage you to get involved and use the Salesforce program. I've used really great sales programs in the past, and this one has the potential to be a really great program. So get involved and use it, because it's going to make your business so much easier and more effective.
Joyce, how long have you been in sales?
25 years.
Great. Okay. All right. Hearing no other questions, I'm going to wrap up the panel. I want to tell everybody in the room, you can seek these people out. They're knowledgeable in their area. They have great knowledge in the tools and the systems that we provide. Thank you so much to each and every one of you.